We've got fun and games, we've got everything you want, just call out our names. Whatever you may need will make your dreams come true. In the Fan Zone, the adventure awaits for you. Step into the magic, feel the energy. Open up your mind, set your spirit free. Welcome to the Fan Zone. Oh, 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 oh. Welcome to the Fan Zone. Take a step and go. Welcome to the Fan Zone. You'll never be alone. Welcome to the Fan Zone. You'll never be alone. Welcome to the Fan Zone, where dreams are shown. Welcome to the Fan Zone, where the music plays, dancing in the moonlight, enjoying sunny days. In this world of wonder, anything is possible. Come along and join us, let's make it unforgettable. All your hopes and fears, they will disappear. Feel the love and joy, let it all be clear. Welcome to the Fan Zone. Oh, 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 oh. Welcome to the Fan Zone. Take a step and go. Welcome to the Fan Zone. You'll never be alone. Welcome to the Fan Zone. You'll never be alone. Welcome to the Fan Zone, where dreams are shown. Where dreams are shown. Welcome to the Fan Zone. Oh, 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 oh. Welcome to the Fan Zone. Take a step and go. Welcome to the Fan Zone. Oh, 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 oh. Welcome to the Fan Zone. Take a step and go. Welcome to the Fan Zone. You'll never be alone. Welcome to the Fan Zone. You'll never be alone. Welcome to the Fan Zone, where dreams are shown. Oh, yeah, yeah. Where dreams are shown.
Welcome everybody. Doing a little bit of D&D prep. Now that my sound is working. I don't have my background set, so fix that while we're talking. Thank you for stopping by, Atomic. They were doing a little bit of Earthbound, I believe is what it was called, today. I think we'll do the blue drafters setup. To show our construction of our campaign, to symbolize our campaign construction. Alrighty, so what I wanted to do is start with a little issue we had with one of the players. It's come up a couple times, especially if you move computers or go from a laptop to a regular PC, or if you're change your monitor for whatever reason, the sizing can be off. And I've talked about many times how to do the scale UI, the user interface scale, but I always warn you, you should adjust your chat bar before you adjust your scale UI. Otherwise, this can happen, where your chat box is below. And the chat bar is one of the hardest things to manipulate. Most images, most everything else is pretty simple, but the chat box can be a little frustrating. So if this happens to you or your players, it's not the end of the world. First you have to do is unlock the chat box because it's locked in place. So you right click within it, go up here to unlock position to the 12 o'clock number. Now the easiest thing after this point is you can then just right click again and say reset position, and bink, ta-da, it'll magically be set to where you can see it. Now let's say that you don't remember that. Another option is you can go, if you watch my cursor, you'll see it starts off as a hand. If you try to click within here, you're going to be grabbing all this stuff that's already printed in the chat box. If you come over here, you're going to be manipulating the bar here. So what you want to do is you want to come all the way to the top, and you'll watch, bink, now it's a cursor again. It's still within a chat box. Here it's not. Here it is. So as soon as it turns into a cursor, you then want to press your control button, control key, left click and hold, and then move your mouse, and that will let you manipulate the window. And if you don't have enough space because you're at the top of the thing, just come back down, click, do it again. See, and now you can adjust it. Finally, your other option is once it turns into a hand, and this is true whether it's on, I don't know if it will work. Let's try it, lock it first and see if it works while it's there. So once the cursor is a hand, you're within a chat box, just click it once, left click, then type, and you're going to type /SCALEUI, and we're going to bring it down to 80. Yep. So you don't even have to unlock it to do that. So those are the three ways. The easiest is right click, unlock, right click, reset, right click, just left click within it and type scale UI. What I'm going to do is actually change my scale UI back to 110 because I want it to be big for the stream. Reset it, like I said, or come up to right when the hand changes into a cursor while you're still within a chat box, hold down control, and you can manipulate the size of the box. Then it's not that important, but if you remember, I just like to right click again and lock it. Ooh, they now have the clear button here. That's cool. I don't know if a player can do that or not. That might only be a DM thing, the clear button. But it's cool that DMs gets to it. Alright, so this is the image of Krackelstug. Where the players are. We're doing our Out the Abyss campaign. I don't even know that I've ever officially told the players what we're doing. Because I wanted it to be a surprise. But basically, it starts off with them being kidnapped. They're in a surface world. This group comes, overpowers them. They're kidnapped, brought, kept in a dungeon, and are to be sold as slaves. They make a daring escape and are chased for a while by their captors, and then now they are sort of wandering this underground world called the Underdark and trying to find a way back home. Dice Tower, same thing. You see it's way down here. Right click on it, unlock, right click on it, reset. It throws it back over here where it belongs. So same thing. Now they have these set with almost all of them. Reset. So almost everything that's here, you can adjust and change and tell it to reset now. So it makes it nice. Alrighty then. So with this campaign, let me pull up some of the storyline. And here's the image. So here's finding. They're looking for. Let me pull up the message of the day because that will give you a better idea of what's happening here. When I originally started this, I asked my players, does anybody mind streaming? And one of the players did not want to be streamed. So we have not been streaming this campaign. We play it the second Wednesday of each month. The drawback to not streaming is that I have no record beyond what I put in my message of the day to remind me of what happened. So I have to keep pretty good notes. Once they escape from the prison that they're in, it's pretty much an open world, similar to a Skyrim type thing where there is a storyline, but they don't necessarily have to follow it. They don't even know what the storyline is. There's not a whole lot of clues as to where they should go and things like that. So let me show you some of these. So I'm trying to find. There we go. Okay. So this is the Underdark. You can see those of you who might be familiar with I know it's very light. It's meant to be that way on purpose. Recordings help with memory. Absolutely. I do my best. In a perfect world, I listen to each the streams, at least the end, if not more than that. Here we go. So this is the Underdark map. Shows them, where they started off with and where they're headed, all the different places they can go, and it's superimposed on the Sword Coast map, which you guys may have recognized from my other campaigns. Then there is this one. I'll also change the tint on this. Wait a second. Helps if you click the right one. Just saying. There we go. Alright, so this is the same thing, just not as fancy. You can't tell quite as well. It does have grids though, so it's a little bit better, easier to see distances and things. But you can. So these are all the different places they can go, and you can see this is the route that they would take, because these are all caverns and underground, and there's twists and turns, and there's no straight way to go anywhere because this is all underground. So they'll travel for an hour and a half, and then the cave they're traveling, spelunking in, ends. So they have to go all the way back for an hour and a half, and then pick a different way. So traveling in the Underdark is a challenge. They got to the Dark Lake, which you can see here, and that made traveling a little bit easier. So here's my drawings that I've done. The party symbols right here, boink. They are in. Go to play mode. They are in the Gracklstugh. And then I have my link, and this is their link. It's all it is, just tells them where they are. This is where they started, Velkenvale. Then they went to Sloopladop. And then they know about these other locations here: Menzoberranzan, Blingden Stone. They've heard of the Neverlight Grove. It's where one of their little mushroom people came from. But they went here, and then traveled along. They actually went around and down and like this, came back to the Dark Lake, and then traveled over the Dark Lake to here. So that's where he is right now. And if you're wondering how I'm manipulating these layers, or if you have any questions, just leave a comment below, and I will respond to that comment with the answer, or let you know when I'm going to cover that if it's something that's not easily explained. But what I was doing is here, first of all, you go here to layers, then you click on the image you're looking at. This makes it only visible to the GM or shared with players. This makes it visible at all. So there you go. So now it's visible. Then you can go here to the tint. That's where I was. And the last one is basically opacity. And you can change that. So a lot of times I'll make it a little less, so I can still see the map I'm working on, but still see the one underneath. So like when I drew the Dark Lake, I made this myself. When I was drawing that, I had this superimposed over it so I could still see the vague shape of where I wanted to go, where I wanted Gracklstugh to be, Neverlight Grove, stuff like that, where these different locations were within the Underdark. There we go. Just put that back up to full. and that's red, green, blue. You can also click on here. You can also click on the dropper if you want to change the alter the entirety of the image. So we're going to turn this back off. We don't want this visible. Let's see, this one is, I don't know what that one is. So the Underdark is this one. We don't want that visible to the players. So we're going to click that to GM only and then turn it off. Just in case you accidentally click it halfway through or something like that. And then symbols. These are all the different symbols I have. You can see they're locked within a folder. Down here you can add a folder. And then anything in it. And then you can also just manipulate all of them at once, just like that. Gone, there, gone, there, gone. So these little house symbols, and this is a little like a dungeon symbol, because that's where they were kept in jail, are all part of the Fantasy Grounds map set, art pack rather. And then a party ping. It's just a party symbol over here I use to indicate where the party is, and it's right there. Anyway, so the party, all the map pack, which you can access by clicking on your assets over here to the right. They have a great deal. This is the only thing. So Fantasy Grounds itself, they have a monthly subscription, but honestly, you may want to use it for the first month just to see if it's something you want. After that, you can just go for the unlimited. I don't remember the exact name of what it's called. Let's see here, so I'm not speaking incorrectly. It's a pay once and play forever. So I did that when I first started 6-7 years ago, however long it was. They went from Fantasy Grounds Classic to Fantasy Grounds Unity, which is what we're using now. Ultimate license, yeah, I was right. It is Ultimate. So there was a little bit of an upgrade at that point. Beyond that, I've never paid any more, and I use this 5 nights a week. I stream 4 to 5 of them, and I play, do prepping and all this other stuff. So I'm in this thing for many hours throughout the week, and I only ever had to pay that one time. And now they've dropped the price to where it's only $50 for the license, and your players don't even have to. I don't think any of my players have. One of them has the license. Everything else has. All my other players just use the demo. As a player, they'll have full access to all of the books that the DM has. So it makes it really nice, very inexpensive. Fantasy Grounds is awesome. Having said all that, the reason I bring it up, what got me on this whole tirade, is the art pack. So they do have art subscription, and let's see, where's their search? Here it is. Search by art pack. So they have these Fantasy Grounds art packs, and you can buy them individually. So you look at all these different. There's 5 pages of all these different art packs from swamps, grasslands, eastern buildings. They have spaceships, decals, crests. There's just tons and tons and tons of stuff that they have. He used to come out with them every month, sometimes twice a month, and you can buy them all individually, or just do what I do, which is pay $5 a month, and I have full access to all of this, and it is amazing. So, yeah, modern industrial, so medieval machines. I mean, the Western for so all the different fantastic space. So it's not fantastic ships. So it's not just D&D. I play Starfinder, and I make tons of maps and use the map packs for Starfinder as well. They have computers, modern stuff. So if you're playing Vampire the Masquerade, or you're doing Savage Worlds, where you're doing a modern, like a hero campaign or anything like that, Call of Cthulhu, not only are all of those games supported by Fantasy Grounds, but they're also supported by their map packs. Spell templates, if you're going to buy any, Spell templates is one of the great ones. The GM symbols is the one that I was talking about, that has the little houses and the dungeon symbol that's right there where that came from. So you can even do, like it says here, the old world. So if you want to have a more classic looking map, you want to make those type of maps, and see, you can do all these type of maps and stuff with it. This is all making your own things you can all do. You can see all the symbols over here on the right that you have access to, but I have access to all that because I pay my $5 a month. So it's definitely worth it for somebody like me who makes my own maps, who does things like that. All right. Oh yeah. So this is just all the things I have under hand. But you don't have to buy anything. You don't even have to buy the map pack. You can also import your own stuff. So if you find something online or go to a Patreon site, there's tons of stuff for free, but there's also Patreons that have some really good maps, really cool stuff like that. You can easily save it within your Fantasy Grounds folder and then have access to it. So like I have a lot of modern, so if I type lamp, for example, you'll see that I had like these here, floor lamps, and are from a Patreon site, and I purchased a couple of their map packs. Same thing with computers. These are SAS KSSI 5 computer console. The asset pack. These computer. This is from the Fantasy Grounds sci-fi ones. This is from the one I bought from someone else, a third party. So the cool thing about the Fantasy Grounds one is they're very easy to manipulate colors. With this, it's already blue, so if I make it red, it doesn't actually make it red, it makes it purple, because it just adds red on top of the color that's already there. With the Fantasy Grounds stuff, it's white, so the color that I make it will be the color it actually is. So anyway, that's your assets and how you access those. Getting back on track, so here's what they were doing. They were they're trying to find a Darrow called whose name is Droki. The Keepers of the Flame are the ones who tell them to go find Droki. The dragon Emberclaw, who was in the D&D movie. So if you saw the D&D movie, the big giant fat dragon, he is in this story. He's from this story, and he has told them to find his egg. And he kept it secret from the Keepers of the Flame, who are like the guards within the city, who have told them to find. So they have a couple different things they're looking for. This guy and a group that he's associated with, supposedly, who have this dragon egg. So they're searching through all these tunnels. And I found this map online that's a little fancier than the black and white map that comes with the module. Let's do a little quote, break out the monotony while we wait for this map to load. It's a big map. I've got a lot going on my computer. Still with me? Are you pumped? Excited? Yeah. That was from when I did my solo. Playing D&D solo. Also, while we wait, if you haven't tried Dubby, give them a try. They have a Is that a jester? What is that? That is a jingle. Okay. Yeah, a little jester dude. That's funny. Very cool. He's excited. He's pumped. He's ready to go. Yeah, so check out Dubby. They have energy drinks and they have hydro. So their hydros are basically very similar to the G word that gets dumped on top of coaches. They have electrolytes that hydrate you, vitamin C, E, B6, and B12, but it is caffeine free, and there's no sugar, no maltodextrin, no artificial dyes or colors. Good stuff. You can also get their mixers. They're pretty cool. They have a little grate at the top, which is great. See, to help agitate the water and mix their stuff in them. So good stuff, great tasting, surprisingly great taste. That's the biggest problem I have with energy drinks is the taste. Electrolyte, vitamin, energy, smart water. Well, two different ones. Energy drink, hydro. Now the energy drink also has a bunch of vitamins: vitamin C, vitamin B, 3, 6, and 12. Taurine, tyrosine, glutamine, and they use coffee extract. Whole coffee, fruit extract. So there is no. That's how they get their caffeine. So check them out. Dubby. Put Spencer 77 in there. 1, you get 10% off. 2, it helps me. So check them out. I do not think you will be excited. Just got to mix them together. There you go. That works too. Do a half a scoop each, and then mix them together. This one I have right now is Pineberry Splash, which is strawberry pineapple. This one is a blend of the finest blue raspberry called Jitter Big Energy Tears. It's their newest one. It's their newest flavor. I got this for free. So, because that's what I did was another streamer was using it. So I used his code, got their demo pack, which included the mixer, and then I just waited. And before I even finished with the demo pack, they sent me an email saying, hey, buy one, get one. So that's the only time I buy them. I have bought them going forward is buy one, get one. Not only that, they just came out with a carbonated version in a can. Now, right now, the only flavor, they had another flavor, but they sold out. So the only one I have is the mango orange cream. I love orange cream. I do not like me some mango. So, but my family members really like this stuff. They like them a lot. It's really good. It's about the size of a 12 ounce. So it's like the size of a Red Bull. But again, 0 sugar. This one has some sodium for you to keep you going. 0 carbs, 0 sugars. Vitamin D, vitamin C, vitamin B6, vitamin B12, potassium. So, good stuff. Check them out. See if you like them. Like it says, drink me and go conquer a task. There you go. So speaking of conquering a task, that's what we're doing here today. Taking a look here at these maps. So as you zoom out, you can see this is a massive map. And there's an Indian drink called lassi. I'm probably mispronouncing that. That's mango flavored. Interesting. Yeah, one, I don't really care for the carbonated energy drinks as much as I prefer the non-carbonated, because I can drink them faster or slower and they don't go flat. But these are only 12 ounces, so it's not like you're going to be sitting on them all day. They won't lose their carbonation before you finish them. But like I said, I'm not a big mango person. I do like the orange cream. I can drink it. I did try one. It's not terrible for me personally, but my family loves it so much. Okay, so they're in this pit right now. You can see all the dead bodies that are in here and stuff. I have added mist. So if you zoom in and you watch it closely, you can see that there's mist roiling across. That's one of the effects from Fantasy Grounds. Right here, mix, fix, you can turn it off. There's no smoke, there's no mist. So, anyway, the point is they can't see very well. They're in this pit full of bodies, and they're being attacked by zombies. Shocker. But there's also this fairy up here that they haven't seen yet. They've heard him laugh and giggle, cast spells on them. They don't know where he is or what he's doing there. He's actually locked in a cage. If they let him out, he will not bug them anymore. But the Darrow, the dark, the Darrow dude, dark gnomes, are forcing them to this fairy to work for them. This guy is over here shooting them with crossbows, thunk, 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 because he can see farther in the dark than the players can. So he's been plinking at them from a distance. Yes, we have a raccoon man in our group. So that's what's happening. There's also now the 2D version, the 2D view, which is excellent. You can see all the different tokens. These guys are higher because they're up on the ledge here. Anyway, so what I'm doing is I need to come in and I need to finish up the line of sight. So I've been sort of hastily drawing in line of sight each time we play. So I want to stop doing that. I want to get it done today. So we're going to go to our here where it says line of sight. It looks like a brick wall. You can see this map is mostly done, except for this area here. So we're going to come in here, And because of the size of this map, I still have these two big sections to do. Because of the size of this map, I'm being very vague and very, not necessarily sloppy, but I'm not being extremely precise when it comes to the line of sight, because every one of these little squares is called an occluder, and the more occluders you have, the more PC power it takes. So I'm trying to keep that limited, keep that down. And my players know that even though they might be able to see into the wall a little bit, like here, there's a good 5 feet here that they can see into. They know that the wall ends here and they can't traverse into that 5-foot section. So I done trained my players so that I don't have to sit there and do all these, because it would slow everything down quite a bit if I was precise with these occluders in here. Alright, so I need to find out what's going on here. There are steps here, so let's see. This is the I'm going to go to our play mode. This is the cultist hideout. And general features, let's see. A green glow rises from a magic circle at the center of a platform. A foul chemical emanates from a large chamber. Light of campfires shows a natural platform where 5 Darrow are droning a chant. Okay, so this is a platform. So this is higher than these down here. Easy enough. We can do that. So what we do is we go back to our line of sight. We'll finish the walls first. We're going to click on line. We have wall. There's also door and terrain, and we'll get to some of that in a minute. First of all, I'm going to go back to select and move this over a little bit. Okay, now we'll go back to our line. And I'm just left clicking as I go. Click. I just don't want to cut out any of the wall. Like if I go like this, it cuts out this section here. And as I mentioned, leaving a little bit of the wall going in isn't a big deal to my players. They know they can't go there, and that it will still block line of sight if they try to go up around it, hide behind it, that type of thing. Moving using my arrow key to slide the map over. Alright, oh, this is a tiny little walkway here. This little 5-foot walkway. So we're going to go ahead and block off a lot of this. They have mushrooms that increase, sort of like a Alice in Wonderland. There's mushrooms and things that increase the size. Press escape when you're done, and that stops the drawing for you until you click again. Alright, so now I've done the outside. We'll go ahead and finish this up here. We're going to go back to select because this goes this way. And now we go back to line. And we'll finish up this cavern. So I'm a little bit more of a stickler with the tiny passageway here, because hit escape, press this, I escape, select, click, delete. You can also control Z, just because they shouldn't be able to see where it goes and what's going on. So I'm a little bit more of a stickler just so that they can't see as far as they go down these tiny little passageways. Escape. I've mentioned it before, but you want to be careful not to go right up to the wall or the cavern, because you want the characters to be able to see a little bit of the wall so they know what's happening. Otherwise, the room just ends. There's just nothing, and it doesn't make as much sense as it does when they can see a little bit of the wall. So I am doing this a little too much here, but like I said, I don't want to go crazy with all these occluders. Alright, so something happened here. So let's go ahead and click this. And go back to select. Click, and you'll see, if you look carefully, this occluder fills in red. That's how you know you've selected it. Delete. I'm going to move this over so it locks in with this one. Click this one again. So select this one. Delete. Boom. So I got that big line out of the middle of nowhere. We'll zoom in down here, see what's happening here. We don't need this guy. So instead of deleting him, deleting selected point, just going to remove it. I'll keep this red line there. See? Same thing with these guys. I'm just going to select them all, draw a little square, and remove. Oops, wrong one. Alright. So now we can just do another line, draw, line. There we go. Oh, what's happened? Draw. Click. Escape. Okay. Alright, we'll see what's going on with this little cluster over here. He is superfluous. We will click on select. Turn him red. Delete him. Click select. Move him out of the way. Select. Move him over. Select. Move him up to here. See what we can see. There we go. That works. Alright, check out what's going on here. So this one is not connected. Select, click. Alright. What's happening up here? Some more stuff. Like I said, when I'm on the fly, we're playing, things are going, I'm just filling in, trying to get it done quick. So that's why I'm taking a little bit more time today to get some of this taken care of. Select, delete that guy, don't even need him. Zoom in, okay, select, don't need him, delete. And we'll take him, move him back down here. Draw. So we're just fixing up some of this line of sight. Click, escape. Alright, what's happening up here? Click. We can just delete this guy. Go to select. Delete. And then move him to there. Alright, so they're moving from map to map. Ah, interesting. Okay, so here we're going to draw another line. We're actually just going to extend him out to this guy. Because this is not that important. This whole thing is just representation anyway. So we're going to click here. And now we'll draw line. Loop. It clicked a couple times, didn't mean to. Let's zoom in, figure out what's happening here. Yeah. There we go. You want to be together. You know you do. Alright, and then something weird happened up here. We'll just take this and move it. Boink. Up and into here. Alrighty then. Draw another line. All the way down to this clump. Escape. Escape. It didn't connect it the way I want it to. So select. Nope. Control Z. Select. There we go. I said it, but it just didn't do it. There we go. And while I'm here, I'll just go ahead and do a line from here down to this one. Make sure, nope, they don't overlap. Goodness sakes. It's being picky today. That overlapped a little bit, so we'll go ahead and delete the sucker. He deleted. Alright, now we'll go up to the top of this guy, do some lining. Just a transition from one map to another, so not really worried about it. Escape. Escape. Alright, let's see what's happening over here. Good enough. Alright. These aren't matching. Select. Click. Okay. So what happens is if there's even the 1 or 2 pixel gap in between those two occluders, as the characters move, they'll be able to see, because of the line of sight, this 1 or 2 pixel line, and then tick 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 tick, it'll move, and you'll get this gap, very weird looking fan almost of this 1 pixel wide image. So that's why I try to be careful. When I have time, I try to move a token, turn on line of sight, and move a token through just to see if there's any of those gaps anywhere, because sometimes you can't see them when they're really small. Alright, so there we go. So we're done with that section. All we have left is this right here. So we're going to make this one a terrain, and what that does is it makes it, if you're up higher in, so this is 5 foot higher than everywhere else, so they shouldn't be able to see it from down below. That's what that does, is it makes it to where you can't see it if you're down below. And these lines will be great So again, I don't want to break the line here, so we go click. Going up as high as plausible. Again, you didn't want as few occluders within reason. If you have a smaller map, or if I was just using one of these, I wouldn't be anywhere near as concerned with the includers. But since this is such a massive map, you got to be careful. Alright, so this one, I'm just going to go... this one is even less exact because it already has the other red line around it, so I'm nowhere near as concerned. There we go. Escape. So let me show you how this looks like. Switch over to play mode. Go to my combat tracker up here. Play mode right here. There's a little die that says such. Taste it. Alright, and I'm going to grab a little token. So, put him here, boof. Now we will go to here, player vision. Click on him. Alright, so he has dark vision. This should not be so. Why is it not correct? Line of sight. Lighting. There we go. I need to add some lighting to that too. Okay. Alright, what did I mess up? Let's see here. Go back to line of sight. That's interesting. He should not be able to see within that terrain. Pit. So pit is lower. So you can see into it, and but if you step into that pit, then you can't see out of it. But this is terrain. Should be higher, so he should not be able to see it. Maybe it's because I crossed the red lines. So just for a test, let's do a rectangle, and we're gonna go here. Oops, we're gonna go to. You gotta go. There we go. Line of sight. This rectangle, terrain. So we're going to test it real quick. Boom. Okay, so it's making it to where he can see into it, but he can't see past it. Alright, but now that he's in it, he can see all of it. Gotcha. Okay, so what we will do then is we will change this. First of all, we go back to here. Double click this, and it highlights all of them because I'm in select mode. And I'm just going to delete. Now I'm going to, let's see what happens if I double click this. I don't necessarily want to get rid of all of them. So I'm just going to start deleting some of these green. Just going through, left clicking, highlight them. You can see they turn green, and then deleting them. So moving up. See, now he can't see beyond it. That's what I want. So I'm just going to make a double line of the green. And I actually think it's going to be easier just to redraw this puppy. So let's double click, delete. Alright, so go back to play mode, turn off player view so I can see what's going on. Go back to a line of sight, go back, I have terrain selected, go to line, and now I'm just going to do a quick little double toil and trouble. Click, and then try not to cross the streams. That's sort of like a Ghostbuster reference here. Let's go up to here. That's okay. Control Z. I messed it up, folks. I messed it up. Okay. Be a little tricky when you have a curve like this, so let's try just drawing it across the top first. There we go. I did it without crossing the stream. Yay! Alright, now I do my double inside layer. There we go. Alright, so this should work in theory. So he should not be able to see through this until he gets above it. And then what you do, so then escape. Yes, so now if we go back to play mode, back to player view, so now he can't see what's above there. He sees there is some sort of thing. He then walks up, boom, and now he can see this. So, and I believe the way you fix this issue is you just do another one. There you go. You can also turn it off. So, you turn it on, he comes up here. See, if he's on it, he can see the whole thing. So we just do a second one, turn off the preview, go back to this, go back to terrain, line, and you just make another one intersecting it. I believe that should work. Let's see. We'll give it a shot and see. Alright, we'll see if my logic works. Alright, so it blocks the line of sight, and then as he comes up here, he's in the thing, Nope, it didn't work. Okay. Turn this off. So what we'll do is as they move into up here, we'll just turn it off. There is a way of doing it at maybe a window. No, the window wouldn't work. I'm just missing a very simple thing. It's been a minute since I've done this, so I'm just forgetting how to do it. Back to line of sight. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this second box. There you go. Alright, so this is blocked. Now, the lighting is on right now, so you can see he has dark vision. Did I draw something there? Let's see, did I? No, okay. And this is a glowing green glow rises from the magic circle. So let's add a green glow. It's very easy to do. Go to lighting, go here to add light. The behavior, I'm going to have it, could have it pulse or flash or flicker. It's not going to do any of those things. I'm not going to set it with a preset. What I want it to be is bright 20 feet, dim 40 feet. Alright, so the circle itself is 10, 20, 35. So it's like 15 feet on either side, 17 feet or so. So if it's bright 20 from the center, that should work just fine. But now we're just going to change the color to a green. Okay, we've got it selected. We click right in the middle. Boink. So now we go back to our play mode. We go to, this is what the character sees as he's walking around. He sees this green glow over here. Turn this back on. So he can see, if he looks closely, there's like a green hint, a green tint right here at the edge. And then when he comes up here, poof, now he can see the whole thing. It's all green. He has dark vision, so that's why everything is in black and white. If somebody has light, this is what it will look like. Let me turn this off so you can then see all the colors and things. This is a couple campfires, so we'll add those in as well. There's 3 of them. So we go to light, we go to add light, we go to preset. We're just going to make them like a torch. Click, click, click. So now when we go back to the play mode and we do the turn on lighting, you can see there are these little areas of light. So it's cool because this is color, but this is black and white because it's outside of the range of the fire. This guy can still see because he has dark vision. If he didn't have dark vision, this would just be black. Again, this is black and white, and then it's color around this campfire. So I like me some Fantasy Grounds, man. So cool, so cool. Alright, I'm not sure what these big old symbols are. Had I added them, they are very easy to remove, but I did not. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of doctoring to fix those. Also, I don't want to have this big red line. These the track. This is the way that this Darrow went. The one they're tracking. So I don't want that in there. We're going to go ahead and kill him. remove the token. Go back to play mode, get rid of this line of sight, get rid of the player vision. Alright, so click on our assets. We do need to fix the message of the day because I need to update it a little bit. Actually, no, I don't, because that's correct. So never mind. Alright, so that's a hidden pit trap. Nice to know. A shrieker mushroom. Okay. So, does this have those specifics in it? Let's see. An encounter. Let's see what's in the encounter. A death dog, cultist, a pit trap. It does not have the shrieker mushroom though. And let's see if it says where the pit trap is. Tunnel west of this cavern contains a hidden pit trap. There you go, green slime pit. Okay, so we will. I have assets for pit slime, pit. So let's go ahead and we definitely want to get rid of this big yellow box, so the players won't be able to see that. Let's open up our assets and see what we have first of all to fix this line. So we want, I'm going to start with very specific stone floor, and then we'll see what happens from there. Let's try a little bit of another quote. We call a goblin who practices blood magic a hemoglobin. Alright, so yeah, see, we could use this. We could also use this. I'm going to try to use this one because it sort of matches it better. So, not really, but yeah, I think this will be a better. Because I've got this brush too that I can just go straight through with a brush and do it. Maybe try to blend the edges a little bit. Let's see, will it let me blend the edges? Shadow fade, yes. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna try this. So this is the stroke. The stroke is the outside. We're not going to use the stroke. We are going to use the fill. Use the fill. And we're going to drop this puppy in as the fill. We're going to have a fade of, I don't know, 1. Enter. Going to go plus paint layer, and this is going to be floor covering. Enter. Alright, so let's take a look and see. So right now this is 2.4 by 7, 4.7. Probably don't need that much. It's a fade of 1. So let's do a little test over here. Why isn't it drawing? I'm confused. Alright, let's remove the fade and go to 0.5. Maybe that's why the fade's too much. Nope. Okay. What am I doing wrong, man? Let's see. Color fill, use fill, image fill. Yes, I want the image fill. That's correct. Alright, let's try fade 0.1. Oh, I see, because I'm gotcha. Alright. So I want the brush. I don't want fill. Okay, so I understand now. Control Z. Flip. I do want the stroke. Okay, so we're gonna kill this. Use fill. There we go. And fade 0.1. We're gonna make this 0.2. Give it a test. See, it's still doing the same thing. Control Z. Alright, line. Is it because it's turned? Let's try it. See, does that work? Nope, it still has to be sideways. Okay. Okay, so this particular one is not made for what I want to do. This is made for stamping. I don't want to stamp it all the whole way. I want to brush. So let's switch back, and we're just going to switch it with this. Bloop. And now it'll do what I want it to do. So close this. All right. So now let's see, 3.5 by 3.5. No, I want it to go about 1. So let's go with. I'm gonna have it be 2 by 2. I'm gonna have it fade 0.5. Again, I'm not really sure what the fade means. And then we're going to go to tint, and we're going to have it be. So I want it to cover this up, but I don't want it to be so blatant. There we go. So I'm going to try this a little bit. There you go. We'll try it like this, and then we're going to do it like so. We'll go like so, and then if we cover it with 2, it should work. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. All right. So because this isn't a brush, it has a thing on it. It's gonna have gaps, but I'm okay with that. I'm actually gonna get rid of the fade. I don't know what the fade does, so we're just gonna get rid of that. Let's learn, shall we? We'll learn together. So this is what it looks like, and then we'll put fade at 2. Okay, so it is exactly what I thought it was. So fade at 1. It fades it from the edges. There we go. Perfect. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. So it is exactly what I thought it was. So let's zoom out. And we will start doing this. So I'm holding down my left mouse button and just dragging it. Got a little crazy there. Alright, now I'm going to go back the other way. Try to, fill in the gaps. 2, make it a little darker. Okay, now we're going to go one more time. It is doing what we want it to do, but it's just not dark enough, so I'm going to go back immediately. There we go. We're going to go ahead and draw in some of this here. So it's not as blatant that we're covering up this walk, the path. I'm just going back and forth. You can follow my cursor. You can see just laying down some of these stone and stuff throughout the whole path, throughout the whole room area, to just give it a little bit of continuity. They've already gone through here, but so I'm not as concerned about this area. Some of these rooms have inset maps like this one did. So again, like I said, I'm not really concerned about this area as much. So we're just going to do it quick, back and forth. Again, we're just going to fill in some of these other areas. So it's not as blatant that we're just covering up this red line. Just going in little circles to put this same type of pattern throughout. Zoom down. Alright, so I'm going to Control Z the last one just because I covered up half the wall there. By doing it in little circles, it makes it to where it, you don't have those little gaps. Alright, and now this one we're going to have to cover quite a bit, but that's fine because it just looks like the same pattern. And then we zoom in. This part's going to be a little trickier, but I believe in us. We can do it. There you go. So they might see a little bit of a yellow bit if they're really trying to pay attention, but shouldn't be that big a deal. Alright, now this guy, do the same here, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to cover this thing up with mushrooms. So the rest of this purple crap with mushrooms. Alright, so speaking of mushrooms, alright, so that's what it looks like. So boom, it went from the red lines to what they've got now. See, in here I did the same thing. I was in a hurry, it's fast, so it's sand, clear. I'm covering something up, but it wasn't as obnoxious. Here I've got this sand covering it up, so I like this, what I'm doing now, the best. So I'm actually going to go ahead and do this here real quick while I've got this ready, and it's working really well. I'm trying to decide if I want to cover up the walls. I could make it smaller. Again, I don't really think it's that vitally important. Alright, so zoomed out a bunch so we can see everything and just do it quick. Alright, so we're going to go back and forth, filling up the room. Filling up this area with these tracks. So it's nowhere near as blatant as it was before in some of these other maps I've done. And because of what this is, just the rocks, the stones and stuff. Control Z the last one because I went over the wall. It looks pretty cool. They're almost like natural rocks and stuff, so I am liking how this turns out. We'll zoom in here in just a moment. Once we get it finished. Want to hit these red sections. A couple of these other areas. The nice thing is, because of the pattern, you don't have to worry about minor little mistakes or areas that aren't fully covered, because we don't need to, see, and it just looks like rock. Just looks like rock. Yeah, nice believable pattern. So All right. I think I will. I'll bring it down to 1. Is the fade going to get rid of it completely? Not really. What? I just beeped. Why did I beep? Uh-oh, why did I beep? What's happening? What's happening? Everybody calm down. Nothing. Okay. False alarm. Okay, so I don't know if it's going to be worth my time and effort to try to do this, but we're giving it a shot and seeing. We can still see the red, but it's here we go. Let's do a couple layers of this. And this isn't too bad. No, you can't see the black of the wall completely, but it's not too shabby. They're going to be in this, especially these smaller ones, for maybe 5 minutes at the most. They're looking at this, so why spend half an hour on something they're going to spend 5 minutes on, you know? Not a mean, not a mean. Alright, we'll go back to 2. Fill in some stuff here that not get too crazy because we're covering up all the mushrooms. Alright, so there we go. Close enough, folks. Close enough. Now, we were talking about mushrooms up here. We're going to go back to, so now we've got our floor covering. So you can even just turn it right off. Boom, there he goes. Boom. Alright. So for these mushrooms, I'm going to go ahead and do a different layer. Go to our assets again. And now we just go, let's move this over a little bit. And go for the shrooms, man. Go for the shrooms. There's a lot because art pack, it's awesome. And like I said, the cool thing about a lot of the fantasy ground stuff is these can all be colored any color you want. So it makes it nice. And so all I do is I go in, let's see, I'm going to grab, let's start with this group here. Drop it in. And oops, I didn't mean to click it, so Control Z. No! What just happened? Mushroom. Delete. Okay, we got our mushrooms here. Now I'm going to go to the tint. And I'm going to go to my dropper. And I'm going to pick this same color. Click. Click, and then we'll go to this group here. Okay. Click, click. Alright, so what I'm doing is I'm just adding a bunch of them. I'm going to go to here. I clicked it by mistake. Drag this one over. Click, tint. Pick the same color, but you'll notice it's much darker just because they were already colored. Add some more of those. Alright, and now we go to the layer selection. I have all these mushrooms here. I can put them in a folder if I don't want all this room, and I'm just going to do that real quick. Folder. Call it Shroomage. So now I can just take these and I can manipulate them, and I can turn them. I can flip them. Flip them. I can hold control and go up, make them bigger or smaller. I can rotate them a little bit or a lot. So the point is we want to cover up this pink. So we're going to stick them here. We'll move these guys here underneath. Boom. We're going to take this big group. We're going to flip it. Hold control and turn it a little bit. I'm going to flip it again. There we go. Try to cover up some of that pink. Take this guy, move him up, boom. These guys are just going to break them up a little bit. We're going to rotate it. Shrink them. Take these, rotate them a little bit. Okay. Take these guys over here. Just add them into the mix. Rotate it a little bit. There you go. Alright, so now we got mushrooms covering up the pink. Last thing we do is go back to our line of sight, and we use our line of sight to get rid of the last of the pink. So they will see the shrooms. But no pink. Alright. Cool, 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 cool. And if you want to see what it looks like, we can take this away. Goodbye. Take this, we can just throw him on here real quick. Go to player mode, line of sight, lighting, click on him. He does not have dark vision. So, like I was saying, you notice over here, as he moves over here, he does not have dark vision, so he can't see. Let me move this over. Turn it off. There we go. So, he just sees where the firelight is. And as he comes up here, you can see around the firelight, sees the green color, because he doesn't have dark vision. Delete. Anyway, so we can give him a torch by just going to... Whoa. Buddy, calm down. Your effects, right here. Effects, the little person with the stars around his head. Takes a minute because I have a lot of effects loaded. And then we can just throw the spell light on him, for example. Drop it onto the token. Oh, he's not in the combat tracker, so that won't work. Never mind. Delete. delete. So we'll get rid of this. Alright, now let's go back to our dude. Here we go. Now you can see there's all the mushrooms. No pink. Of course, he's got dark vision, so he can't see anyway. But if we go to the effects with him, since he's in the combat tracker, we can add... We'll add a lantern to him. See? You and I were watching, so you know, but it sort of even blends in with the art and everything else. Uh-oh, I didn't mean to open his... There we go. So there you go. That's what it looks like. And they'll be none the wiser that there's... you also can't see the path. Doesn't look very weird like some of the other paths coverings I did. So, excellent. Alright, I am going to the bathroom. So I would rather be in the bathroom when that happens. So I'll be right back.
Welcome to the Friend Zone. Welcome to the Friend Zone. We've got fun and games, we got everything you want. Just come watch us play in the Friend Zone. The adventure awaits for you. Step into the magic, feel the energy. Open up your mind, set your spirit free. Welcome to the Friend Zone. Welcome to the Friend Zone. You'll never be alone. In this world of wonder, anything is possible. Come along and join us. Together we'll make it unforgettable. Welcome to the Sven Zone. We've got fun and games. We got everything you want. Just come watch us play. In the Sven Zone, the adventure awaits for you. Step into the magic, feel the energy. Open up your mind, set your spirit free. Welcome to the Sven Zone. Oh, 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 oh. Welcome to the Sven Zone. You'll never be. Welcome to the Sven.
All right. Tweaking it a little bit, getting it to where when I take a break, the little. So I have my friend of mine made a long. Oops, let me. There you go. My friend of mine made a long version of the Sven Zone song, and then there's a 43-second version of the Sven Zone song. So it's a little faster, a little different lyrics, slightly different lyrics. So when I go take a break, you guys will now hear the Sven Zone song. All right. So we're pretty much done. We did everything we wanted to do for this map. We can turn all this preview and off. Okay. So right now they are in this one. They came from over here from the south, so they're probably going to continue. They could go down back to where it just was with this hideout. Oh, we need to put our pit trap back. Before I forget. So we go to our assets again. I have a couple different pit traps. Alright, let's try search for pit trap. Or just pit. So we've got our cool pit right here. Fire pit. Couple fire pits. I could use this one to make it green. So we'll check and see. I like that idea because this looks like an acid. Well, I thought I had an acid pit. So let's check. See, I have spiked pits. A couple different kinds. I have a snake pit. That's it. Alright, so I don't have an acid pit, so we can make it an acid pit. Not a problem at all. So, we go here to our layers. We want to be able to turn it off and on. Oh, here it is, acid pit. Let's take a look and see what that looks like. You know what? I actually like this better. So let's see how this turns out when I change it to... So this is already yellow. So guess what? Blue and yellow make green. Oops, let's go down to blue, blue, green. There we go. Ends up being about the same thing anyway, so... Never mind. Cancel. We will use the acid pit. Why have an acid pit if you're not going to use it, right? Alright, it's 1.2 by 1.2. This was actually a bigger pit, so we're going to make it 2 by 2. And it was right here in this area. We're going to stick it right here. There we go. And then all you do is here, you go shared with players, GM only. So the players don't see it. And then when they do, you just click like that, and now they see it. Makes it nice. Alright, so easy enough with our pit trap, so now we don't forget that. Click, 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 click. Alright, and then alright, so our line of sight is done for these maps. We've got our pit trap in there. We've got these guys done. So if they do go up here, we do not have our line of sight done for this map up here. If you're wondering how you move the map, there are a couple different ways. I'm just so used to doing it by where the mouse wheel is, pressing and holding the mouse wheel and moving the mouse. That's just my go-to way of moving it. You can also use the arrow keys if you want to adjust it square by square. And finally, you can open up the navigation panel, which then allows you to sort of in between the two as far as speed goes. So, like I said, my preferred method is just to hold down the control and move it around. Alright, so we're going to zoom out. Let's take a look at this line of sight. Alright, so click on the old lineage. Click. Oops, I'm still in. I was still in terrain, so now I switch back to wall. Okay. Escape. Control Z. Now, wall. Okay. Line. Good. Go to select. Actually, I don't really care. We're going to keep going. I'm going to go to select anyway. And just extend this out. Not sure what's happening here. Fungi covered door obelisk. Okay. So there's the door. So, here's the pin. Let's take a look and see what's happening in this area. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and do the line of sight for the rest of it, and then I'll come back to this particular area in just a moment. So let's get this knocked out first. Click. Click on line. Click. Okay, you're killing me, Smalls. Select. Delete. Line. Wall. We're ready to go. Click. There we go. Alright. Coming. Escape. Zoom in because my computer is not as fast as my mouse is sometimes. So again, you've got this pixel gap, pixel size gap. I'm going to go ahead and just go in here for a smidge. Bloop again is mostly for sight. I don't want them seeing a whole lot. If they want to see what's down there, they need to go down the path. Know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, so we're going to go here. And move the map over. And just go a clickety. Escape. Start over here. Click. This is a passageway, so nothing's going on. So I'm not real concerned. I'm even less concerned about the specifics of the line of sight. You know, if this is a room where they're going to be spending 20, 30, 40 minutes in, fine, I'll be more precise, but they ain't, man, they ain't. Select, move, snap. There you go. Alright. Zooming back over here. I might throw something in there, even though there is nothing in there right now. Again, I don't want them to be able to see, so I am going to be a little closer, at least on either edge. You want to know what's here? You gotta come look, man. And because this is such a small area, I definitely gonna want to put something here, because they're gonna be coming one by one. A lot of times they've been sending one person by themselves. So, oh yeah, we definitely want to punish them for that. Did I say punish my players? Maybe I did. Escape. I want to fix this a little bit. And if you guys weren't listening to the show last night, where we hit a milestone. We are more than 450 puns and dad jokes on my streams since I started. So it's a proud moment, to be sure. It's not as easy as people think to come up with a good pun or a dad joke on the fly. But I try my best. Don't know what's going on in this room either, so we're just going to escape. Figure it out later. This way, if they come in here, they may still have to do a little bit of the theater of mind depending on what weirdness is happening in this room, but at least I have the general line of sight. I don't have to pause again. It's embarrassing as a DM when you're caught not having done your job. This, I don't know what this is. I think this is just a mistake. So, but we're gonna presume it's meant to be here. And include it in the mix. There we go. A little bloopy bloopiness. Again, same thing with this weird outcropping. We're going to presume they're meant to be part of the map. And maybe I'll make them part of the map, even if they weren't supposed to be part of the map. Maybe there'll be little puddles of water or some sort of liquid, maybe acid or something else. We'll figure it out when we get there. We'll see what this description of the room says to give us some direction, if any. Come on, catch up. Thank you. Whee! Alright, we are almost caught up to the other side of the door, back where we started. Again, not really sure what's happening here. So we'll come back. I presume I'm just going to put a door there, because that's what it looks like it is. Visually, a door looks just like a wall until you try to manipulate it with your mouse. So again, I had to read the description and see what's going on. How do they know that there's a door behind all this wall of fungus? They have seen lots and lots of fungus as they've been going through this Underdark. So I'm guessing they've got to see some hint that there's a door back there covered in this fungus, blocked by the fungus. Alright, so check out what happened here. Select. Sorry for the silence there. I was deep in thought, man. You can see the smoke coming from my ears if I didn't have my headphones on. There's a couple of them here that didn't connect properly, so we're selecting the occluder, moving them over. There was one over here, where to go, that I wanted to shift. This guy. Doing a little shifty, making it a little closer to the wall. There we go. Same thing with this one. Bring this one actually back a little bit. Yeah, that works. Still a little bit of a gap, so let's move it like that. so it intersects. Ching. There you go. Cool. Alright, so that's all done. The major sections of it are done now. Cool. So if they come up into here, I at least have the outline of the rooms done. Whew. Alright, this looks like pits, which is cool because we can just make use the little pits. Again, you can see into pits, but if your character moves into them, they cannot see out, which makes sense. And I presume that's what's happening here. This I know is an obelisk jutting out, but I'm not sure what's going on with this door. Alright, so let's go back to our pins. Go to our play mode so you can interact with the pins. Alright, that is not what I wanted. This is just another version of the map. So I can mess with it if I want it to be really in-depth, like I said, with the occluders and everything. Since I have this pop-out map, I can even do the combat on there and stuff, if that's what it's going to come to. But for now, I'm not worried about it, so this doesn't help me at all. What I need is the storyline for this. Fountain of Evil. Okay. Yeah, so these have all the storylines. This does not. So let's find where this one is. The fungi covered door obelisk. I could just search for the story. I think I'm going to do that. So I go here. You go over here to your under your campaign, and then the little book is the stories. I have a lot of them, and that is putting it very, very lightly. I have so many. I don't know why I have so many new stories. Yeah, these are all empty. So I'm going to go here. It just bugs me to have them. I'm just going to start deleting them. Sadly, I can't select multiple ones and delete them. I have to do each one individually. Bugbear skeleton, very cool. Alright, now we're almost done getting rid of all these new story entries. I do something, click something somewhere, and it makes a new story entry, and I'm not aware of it, so I don't fill it in. So anyway, we want the fungi covered door obelisk. So let's go with covered door. There you go. See if this is the one I wanted. A set of double doors are hidden by a patch of fungi that includes bigwigs and pygmyworts. Those are the shrooms I was talking about, where it allows them to get bigger and smaller. If they succeed in a perception set, they notice the doors behind the fungi. The doors are fashioned from planks of Zerkwood and barred from the east side. A successful 20 allows them to break through the doors, but it alerts the savant and the spectator in Area 14. Okay, so now we know where 414. This is 14. 14 obelisk. Okay, so I can now pin these. So I drag this over. I go click. That gives me a pin. I then open up 14. Ba-boom. So this is the obelisk combat map. Let's take a look and see what that looks like. Yeah. So this one already has all of the things I was talking about. See how they have them lined, double lined like I had. So these are here, yes. Okay. How does this compare to that? It's pretty darn close. Okay. I might just switch this over. So let's go put this pin here. Boop. This has a link to this story entry, which is perfect. And so you'll notice, here's the difference in what it looks like. Drop Mr. Draco on here. We go to our player view. So as he's walking along, he can't see. He goes into here. Oh, he still can't see out. See, that's silly. That's not how it's supposed to work. So we then have to show it so you can see it below. Because as you go up higher on these tiers, you should be able to see the tiers below. I just have to turn them off manually. Okay, that works. Any hoozle, let's go ahead and kill him. Delete. Get rid of player preview. Turn these back on. Yeah, so I'm just going to use this map. Turn it back on. When they get to this point, so they can. There we go. Yeah. I have it linked. Right here. Boom. This tells you what's in there. Plinky is a mad Darrow savant. And there's the red dragon egg. So this is that's where the red dragon egg is. Bloop. Right there. Maybe I will use this one. We'll see. I don't really like how they're doing these, how that line of sight is working. So I know how to do like a conical roof. You do one half and the other half. So if you're standing over here, the other half is blocked until you go up to the top. Then you can see out, and then you go down. You can't see the other side again. But this is different. So I'm going to try one last attempt for the terrain. If I make it, we'll go line. Just remind me again. Let's see if I go like this. Just going to do a very vague. Just testing to see if this works. Escape that level. And then again, we're just testing this to see if it works. So I'm just going to go throw these out. I'll fix it. If it does work, then I'll fix it. But I don't know if this is going to work or not. Alright, so escape. So making two levels like this. Where's our guinea pig? Draco. Here he is. Click. Play mode, vision. Yeah, so you can see everything. It just blocks through it, so he can't see on the other side because that's higher than him. That's not bad though. I mean, at least it's does something, you know. It blocks him from seeing behind it, but he can still see what's in front of him. So he can't see on the other side of these things because they're jutting up higher. That's not bad. I think that's pretty much close enough for what I want. Got another beep. Let's see. Is it important? Is it? Is it? Is it? Is it? Nope, it's not important. Alright. Nobody loves me. So that's not too shabby for what I want. It's just, again, it's blocking the line of sight. See? So as he's walking along here, he can't see on the other side of that area. But once he's on top, then he can see just fine. That's fine. I like that. We'll do that. So we're going to add some more. We'll kill him. Or Draco. Died so many times for the sake of the stream. Alright, let's see our disable lighting for a moment. Back to the line of sight. We're just going to add a couple more terrain. Just around these raised areas. Come on, catch up. Thank you. Perfect. Escape. We are going to do the plinth, because the obelisk, because escape, we're going to do a rectangle. I don't remember if I can do a square. I'm not going to do a square rectangle, because you can't, I don't think. A diamond, so, but you can this way. There you go. And then the last one is this guy over here. Alright, so now they can't see beyond those. Let's go ahead and add one more. Big one along the outside of this guy, so that they can't see beyond that either. Escape. Alright. Cool. So as they come in, they can see all the way up, but they just can't see behind it. So that works. Misa-like. That's fine. And as we're fighting and doing the stuff here, so I will use this map. So let's go back to play. Let's go back to our, is this the story? Nope, this is the map. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of, well, I'll put the link here just in case the world ends and I decide to use it. But I do want to have this story entry linked here. Bloop, there we go. So this gives me the story entry for this room, which I definitely want to have. And so now let's bring just back to our door over here. So yes, we're going to just make it a doorway. So we go to line of sight again, and we make it a door. We make it a rectangle. Again, you can't make it crooked, but you can make it and then make it crooked. What? Yeah, watch. Watch in Lorraine. Goes here. Select. Put him inside here. Inside here. Inside there. Now the problem is when they walk through here, they'll be able to see out here. So we're going to make a quick wall. Right along, oops, Control Z. If you hold Control, if you hold your mouse button, that's what happens. It draws. So instead, you just click, click, escape, click, click, escape. Alright, so now we have our door. And all of our line of sight is done. Yes, 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 yes. Alright, cool. Excellent. So we're done with our mapping for today. I'm going to go ahead and put it back where we were, which is zoomed in on the fight. And the play mode with line of sight, player vision on, player vision off. There we go. Line of sight though. Got our mist going. Cool. Alright, and there we go. Put it there. Slide this up a little bit. So again, you hold Control if you want to change the whole size of any window that pops up, or any image, any storyline, any window that comes up. Hold Control, press your left mouse button, and then just move the mouse. That will change the whole window. We will then lock it. Alright, I do want to tweak the message of the day, but I'm not really going to involve you guys in that because I'm going to have to do some reading again to try to remember who told them what. I don't have it very well spelled out in the message of the day right now, so I need to go back in and have them clarify some things here in the message of the day so they remember what they're doing and why. So I'll go ahead and minimize. So if you right click on any window that's open, story entries, you can minimize them. They'll make them a little circle. I don't need this. Here's another image. Right click, minimize. See, now it's looks like a map, a little image. Map with an X marks the spot. You can do this for spells. Here's the message of the day. Right click on it, minimize, and this is the little comedy tragedy. So that's how you can do that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off for here. It is 1:40. I will be back doing something. I'm really into Warlords Battlecry 3. Might jump back into that, bring my little Minotaur back. I'm also thinking about doing some Solasta, because it's been a minute since I've done my Solasta playthrough. I don't want to drop that. I really want to finish my Solasta playthrough. And then I might either do a second Solasta playthrough or a Baldur's Gate 3, or who knows, by the time I'm done with that, we're probably gonna have a new role-playing game out there that I will want to run through. But for the meantime, stick around. If you follow, like, subscribe, then you'll get the notification when I go live later today. So thank you again, Atomic, for hanging out. I appreciate you. And they've made some bunch of changes to Twitch. I don't know all the details yet. I haven't figured them out yet. But eventually I will. Because now we have bits and Svenzone particles. So I don't know what the difference is. I've seen a bunch of streamers now that have 2 different things that you redeem, which I don't like, because it took me forever to figure out how to get the people to be able to redeem stuff, and now I have to change it, I guess. Anyway, we'll figure it out. Enough money whining. Tonight we don't stream, so you won't see all the stuff I'm doing here in action, sadly. But come back Sunday, we're doing some Starfinding. My favorite role-playing game, Starfinder, by far. So come back, check it out. What we're going to be doing going forward, right now I have 2 campaigns every Sunday night. I mean, not every Sunday night, but on Sunday nights throughout the month. Every month we have 2 campaigns. Every other week we do Dead Sons and then Dawn of Flame. Well, totally different playing groups. One only has 3 players, the other one has like 5 or 6. The group that has the 5 or 6, there's one of them, his name is Jingo, and he really wants to play in a campaign I was going to start with the other group, but he can't play on those weeks. So I say all that to say, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be playing through a book. And some of the campaigns have 6 books, some of them have 3. So we're going to do 1 book of the new campaign, and then 1 book of Dawn of Flame. So it'll still be every other week. It'll just be Dawn of Flame for a book, then the new campaign. And the new campaign is called New Horizons. It's pretty cool. I mean, Horizons of the Vast. And it's pretty cool because they're building a settlement. They are going to be leaders of a settlement. They're going to be making every decision. Should we build a library, or should we build a armory, or should we build a cafeteria? And if they choose to build an armory, well, then their people will be unlearned and won't have as many advances in science. But if they build a library and they get attacked, they won't have the weapons to defend themselves. So it's balance. And we're going to see how it plays out as the characters are involved in this whole process and making all the decisions for this brand new settlement on this uncolonized planet, or is it? And well, so that'll be probably 3-4 months down the road. Meanwhile, Dead Sons, Empire of Ghouls is almost finished. So, not Empire of the Ghouls, the Dead Sons campaign is almost done. So, Dawn of Flame is the one that's going to be going on for a long time, but Dawn of Dead Sons is almost done. If not one more night, it'll be 2 more nights, and they'll be done. So, exciting stuff on Sundays. You can also go to the U's and the Tubes, and you can see all of the past. You can catch up if you want to see the storylines and how it played out, and we'll see how it ends. So, enough of the ads. Don't forget, stop by Dubby, put in Spencer77, save yourself 10%. It's great stuff. You will not be disappointed. Whatever else you do, enjoy the rest of your day.